Today I show you how to create side menus for your Android or iOS applications, something similar like this. So as you can see on both systems you can create similar side menus with different menu elements in it, and these you can customize of course for your for your needs. So let's see how you can make it in Android Studio or in Xcode. Let's start with the Android Studio because this is the simpler one. Okay, so basically in Android Studio to create a side menu application is very simple, because when you want to make a new application, so you start a new project, you can immediately select the navigation drawer view activity, and once you fill the details of your application, so the application name, package name, save location and so on, and you click on the finish button, then the system will create for you the application itself, which will look like this. So you basically get an activity, a main activity, an up bar, a content main layout, three fragments just for your for the template itself. So when you run the application, you can switch between the different segments, and the navigation header main layout. So if we go through, so let's see what is in the main. Basically this is the main activity. Then you have an application bar, a bar layout, toolbar, and so on, then the button itself. So then the content, which is pretty much a navigation host controller fragment, and then the different fragments which are just having some text in them, and the navigation header, which is basically the header for your menu. Then you also get a menu itself. Let's see where it is, here. So this one is just the setting. This will appear on the top right corner of the application, and then you have the drawer itself. So this is basically the menu items what you can select. So if you go to one of these menu items, these have a title, string, and an ID. Okay, so these are the elements of the application itself, and then of course you will get the main activity Kotlin file where you will have the basic setup of the application, and then of course you have the fragments defined by the different information, and basically that's it. So when you click on the navigation drawer, then you will get from the up bar configuration these the different list items, so the basically the menu items, and then you will go to the right fragment with a very simple setup. So when you run the application, basically this is what I showed you before. So you can get the drawer working, and then if you click on the different elements, then of course you go to the right fragment. So you can see that here this is the slideshow fragment, the gallery fragment, and the home itself. As you can see, the application is very simple. So basically The menu bar itself is, or the drawer layout itself is linked to the application bar. The nav controller is using the application bar, and basically all these actions behind the menu, behind the side menu, is pretty much hidden because everything is linked together, and you don't need to programmatically care about the menu itself. So it's a bit easier to start with, but at the end you need to have some programmatical approach to basically fine tune or control the menu activities. So if you want to basically disable some menu elements, you still need to go into the programmatical way. But we will approach this kind of activities in the next tutorial. Now we just concentrate on how this system, the side menu system, should be set up by the or in the different system, different application types. So on Android, as you could see, it's a very simple thing. If you create the application from a template with a side menu option, you get a very simple one. What you should notice, however, that basically you can't really make completely similar application or similar look application, because in the Android itself, the side menu is covering basically the whole size of the display. Actually, it's not the nicest way to do so, because the standard top bar of the phone is still visible. So either you should hide it for your application, or you should create your menu on a different way, and basically control it programmatically on the same way as you would see it on this iOS application, where the menu itself is created under the bar, the top bar. And for me, this is a much nicer solution because your navigation bar itself is remaining intact, so your menu is appearing under it. So maybe in the next tutorial I will show you also how to create this kind of solution in the Android version as well. Okay, so let's come back to the application. So let's close the Android Studio and just focus on the iOS version. So in iOS, basically, you should start with a very simple setup. So you need to have at first a navigation controller scene. Then you need to have a side menu scene, which will link in basically the side menu itself, which will be an embedded view or view controller. So how you can do this? Basically, you start with a very simple project, just like in the Android. So you select the app, and whenever it's created, you will have a single view controller, and you can start to set up. So basically, we start with the navigation controller, so this one, and whatever is inside you can delete, and you just have to add here a navigation bar. So here you select the navigation bar, which is here. So this one you put it on your scene. Now I'm not putting it there. And then you also need to create another file, which will be the side menu scene, so this one. And there you don't need to do anything else, just you put there a view, and then you add a menu view, and then you also should add a cover view. I will tell you why we add this cover view later on. So then you also need to add a navigation bar item. So from here, the navigation item, you add it to the scene, and then so just you need to add a bar button item for your bar, and depending on where you want to have this slide menu, you can put the slide menu on the right side or left side. I typically add it to the left side because this is how it look more natural. So then you can add it under this left bar button item section, and then you need to name it, of course. Okay, so what else we need to do is that the navigation bar, we set up a navbar, my navbar class. So here you will see that you can add these type of or these files. So one is the navbar class. Here you can handle the navbar itself. Currently we don't add anything here, but basically if you want to add or delete or hide something in the navbar, then you should put it here. Then you also have to define the side menu view controller. So side menu view, and this one is here. The side menu view is a simple UI view controller. Okay, then you also have to add a side menu controller. So this one, which will basically will be the menu itself, the side menu itself. So I created this side menu controller, which is here. This is also a view controller. Plus here, of course, because we are generating it as a simple table, but you can basically do whatever you want. So you can define single elements as well if you don't want to programmatically define or change elements. You can add individual items into the menu. So you can create as a static menu at the end, but I was creating as a table just to be able to simply add or delete elements when they are needed. Okay, so what we should also talk about it, that how you can add basically the side menu to the nav controller, because once you create the view controllers themselves, so this navigation controller here and the side menu controller, then these are not linked together. So how you can do this? You have to go to the side menu, click on the editor, embed in, and then you add it to the navigation controller. I'm not doing it right now because it would mess up the whole application for me, but you can add this relationship link here. What you can see, that it will go to the or it will be linked to the navigation controller. Let's set up the side menu itself. So what you need to do with the side menu, so once you link the navigation controller to the side menu scene, you need to add certain elements to make the menu created and can be handled. So as I said, you need to have at first the toggle button defined. So you added this button, and you can add an image to it, to the resource or to the assets here. So I created the menu button asset here, which is just simply 3 lines, but you can basically put whatever you want. So you can make a triangle or whatever graphics you want to use for the menu button itself. So once you added it, this one is set up, and of course it will work as you want. And then of course you can link this button in the assistant into the side menu view controller. So here of course you just click on it, and then you add it to the toggle button item. Okay, so with this one you basically uh, um, you basically create this link to the button itself, so you can refer to this button, you can make it visible, or you can hide it, or you can disable if you don't want the user to open the side menu, and so on. So you can play around with the whole thing. So then let's see, you need to add some views, as I mentioned. So at first you need to add the menu view itself, so this will be the side menu, and then you need to constrain it to the view itself on a way that basically we will have here several constraints. So at first we define the width of this view, which I set to 300 dots or 300 pixels. Then I am adding the rest of the constraints. So one is the alignment to the screen itself. So basically if you want to make it invisible, you just simply move it out from the screen, and to make it you need to use the same width as the width of, or same size as the width of the view itself. So if the view is 300 dots or 300 pixels, then it should be 300 as well. And this one, if we click on it, you can see that basically the menu view leading point is linked to the left side of the screen, so the leading of the safe area, and then we move it out to -300, which is the width of the element. You can move it out even more if you want to, but it doesn't really need it. So you just move it until the side of the screen. Okay, let's go back and let's check the rest of the things. So you align it to the bottom and the top, and we also had an alignment here, which I don't think that we need it. Anyway, let's leave it like that. So the next one is a cover view, and why we define this cover view, which is basically the element or the size of the screen itself, the free space of the screen. So we were basically aligning it to the safe area, because actually this one should be the safe area. Safe area leading, and it should be 0, of course. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this should look like this. So now what we need to do is, because we already set up everything for the menu, so then we have to add basically the menu view itself. So this one, the side menu controller, we need to add to the menu view. So what we need to do is that we have here the slide menu, and then we just simply need to right click on this, go to the side menu, and then we need to say that embed it into it. So now with this the menu view will contain the side menu view controller where we are setting up the label. So here I just created a very simple menu, and basically this menu itself is covering or starts from the beginning of the screen, so I'm not adding any additional elements into it. Later on I will show that how you can create something similar that what you or what we had in the Android version. So I just added a table view, a menu cell. You can see that the identifier here is a menu cell, and then we have the content view of it with a label, and this label is also let's say added here. What is interesting that I will not create a menu cell class itself, so we will use here sorry, here we will use the UI table view cell, so the normal simple cell view, and we will refer to this label by the tag which is here. So basically this 100 will be the reference to this label. You can basically define a table view cell as well, but I just simply didn't want to add an additional file here to define the class. I will refer to the menu itself, or the label itself, from the application or the menu controller itself. So let's see what we are doing for the menu controller, because we already set up the storyboard to be able to work with these elements. Okay. So in the side menu controller, I need to have a UI table view data source, a UI table view delegate. These are needed to handle to fill up basically the menu with elements. So as you have seen that we have just one label defined, and this we will add. For that, I was defining the structure for the menu items, where I will have an ID for the menu item, which I call list ID, and list text. So basically from this list we will create the menu elements, and we will put into the labels the list text string. So when the menu itself is loaded, then we create the menu items. So here you can see that the list ID is 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, and then the text will be these names here. Then of course we have to add the table data source to the table options table view, which is linked from the storyboard to this variable. And also we have to make sure that we are handling the menu functions, or the table touches and other things in this table definition or table delegate. Okay, so then we basically start to fill up the table itself. So we will have the table view number of rows. This will come from the menu item count. So basically we will have these elements in the menu, and then we give the cell or we create the cells inside the table view with the table view itself for row add function, and then we do it on the same way as we normally create a table view. So we define the cell, so where the cell should come from, and we are using the menu cell, what I showed from the storyboard. So this will define the style itself. We basically adding some settings for the cell, which you can define on whatever you want. So basically we are just giving some style to it and so on. So now the items are coming. So basically we define a label itself. So to make the reference to that label, because we don't have this reference defined by the menu cell itself, or the menu cell class itself, as I showed that we are using the standard UI table viewed cell for that. But of course, as we define some elements in the storyboard, somehow we need to link the code to these elements. So we take the UI label from the cell content view with tag, and then as I showed you, this was the tag of this label itself. And of course we define that this is a UI label, just to make sure that we are really having the right element selected. And then we fill up this label text with the element of the menu list with the row where we are currently. Okay, and then we also can add the functions. So as you could see on the Android, if you touch on one of the elements, then the application itself goes to the right segment or the right fragment of the application to show the content of that fragment. Here we need to programmatically do it, so the template is not defining, and these automatisms are not created by the template. So we need to make sure that we are handling these things. So what we are doing here is that once we are touching one of the rows of the table, then this function is called, and based on the position inside the menu, we can create the action. So what we are doing here is that basically we come to this switch function, where we are taking from the index path, which is given by this function. So basically this is telling that which row from the table is selected, and based on this row, as we set up the table itself, we can take from the menu structure the right ID for this list. Of course, we can also take the text itself to check that at which menu item we are, but that is more difficult to handle. It's easier to handle it with the list ID. So here I just listed two actions. So basically we have an action for the first line and the second line of the table, and what we are doing here is that we are basically telling to the system with the notification that we touch this element. This I did not mention yet, but to handle these menu item functions, because we don't know where we are actually in the application, we should have this kind of menu handling somewhere in a central point. To handle these notifications in a central position, we can put this into the side menu view directly. So basically here, when the view itself is appearing, we should make sure that these notifications are cached, and we basically link to these notifications some functions to basically run something behind. So we can call a view, or we can call another view controller. We can navigate to another screen, or whatever we want. We can put some functions behind. So this makes it a very flexible thing, and wherever you are in the application, because this view menu is always here, basically you can do what you want. So what we are doing here is that we define, of course, when the view is appearing, we're defining some actions. So at first we have to have, you know, a toggle function for the side menu itself, because once we want to show it or hide it, basically we need to run certain code. Otherwise this would not appear and would not disappear when you selected something. Then we add the two options or two functions to the menu item. So as I said, I just defined two things. What was here. So the notification name will be option 1 and option 2, and here in the side menu, the option 1 and option 2 will be linked to the function, which is also called option 1 and option 2. And I'm not talking about this last two here. It is for something else. If you want to show or hide the menu item or menu button itself, you can do it. So if you want to make sure that the menu is not should not be visible or should not be accessed, then you can hide the button as well if you want, and then it will not show up. But of course, once you define observers for the notifications, you should also make sure that these observers are removed when they are not needed. So when the view will disappear, I'm making sure that all these observers are removed from the application. Okay, so let's go let's go to the functions where we are handling the different let's say interactions from the from the user. So this one here is the option 1. So we will just put into the log that the option 1 selected, option 2 is the same, option 2 selected. But the most important thing here is that the toggle side menu. So we added or we have the side menu button linked to this function with the notification. So whenever we are touching the side menu button, then we will have this menu toggled, or either if it is visible then it will hide it, or if it is hidden then it will show it. So we need to define a status variable. So at the beginning of this class we have the side menu open. We set it to false, of course, at the beginning, and when the side menu is open, we need to hide it. So to hide the side menu, we need to have an animation created to make it nice to move it out slowly from the screen. So we define this animation, which will run for half a second, and the animation will be that we basically change the side menu constraint, which is minus 300. So we use here the width of the side menu width, and we move it out to minus 300 to hide it, or basically to not having it on the screen. And what we also do here is that we are rotating the button itself. To rotate the button, you need to have an extension to the image UI image object, what you can define in the app delegate. So here in the app delegate, we make an extension to the UI image, and here what is important is rotate function. I'm not going into the details of this, but basically this will make sure that the image itself is rotated with a certain degree, which we will define in radians. So basically this little function here is just rotating the image itself with some image transition or transformation function. Okay, we do the same, and of course we need to make sure that the layout itself is recreated, and then we tell to the system that the side menu is hidden, and then we also hide the cover view. For what we are using the cover view, I will tell you of course. So basically, the same function here when you want to make the view itself. I mean the menu itself visible. You just click on the toggle button, and then you can make it visible. So what I did not mention is that that once you want to show the menu, of course you need to have the menu button, and if you just have the menu button hiding and showing the menu, you can use simply that. So basically you can link this menu button also to an action. So if we are checking here, then the action itself, the cover view clicked, I named it like this, but let's say we can use a different name for it to make it more clear that we are not just using it for the cover view itself, but actually it doesn't matter, you can call it whatever you want. So I link this toggle button to this action here, cover view click. So basically this will do nothing more, just call this toggle side menu function here. So basically either we do it with the menu selection, or as I mentioned that if we select one of the menu items, so this will call the toggle side menu as well, because we will send the post notification with this name whenever a menu item is selected. So this will make sure that when you select something, then also the menu item or the menu itself is disappearing. Okay, so we used it for this one, and we also have this cover view defined, and as you can see that the cover view is linked to a tap gesture recognizer, because the view itself cannot be linked to an action. So you can't, as you can see, I can't link it to an action. So because of this, we need to define the tap gesture recognizer. So you have to add from the objects here a tap gesture recognizer to this view, and then this needs to be linked to the cover view, okay, as a delegate. Okay, so basically once you did it, you can get this tap recognizer also linked to the cover view clicked function. So here you just can link it to here, and then you basically made the connection between the cover view, touching the cover view, and using this tap gesture recognizer to get an action link to the cover view itself. Okay, yeah, so let's go back here. I mentioned already that basically when we click on an element, then we will call these post functions, and whenever something is touched, so whenever you touch something in a table, we definitely call the or post a message with the toggle side menu, which of course I mentioned already that this is linked, or this observer with the toggle side menu name is linked to the toggle side menu selector or function itself. Okay, so basically this is how the menu can be created, and when you run it, so we have the top bar, then the toggle button, menu appears, list is available, and then we can close the menu with the toggle button. We can close the menu with the cover itself, the cover view. So when we click outside the menu itself, then it will also disappear, but of course we cannot get it back with clicking on the screen because we made the cover view hidden. And then when you click on an item, like we click on the first one, then you can see that the function is called here, option 1 selected. Let's say again option 2 selected. So basically we are coming to these functions here, so option 1 and option 2. So this is how it works in the iOS. And the additional thing what you can do, of course, I mentioned that you can make your view a bit nicer. So how you can do that basically here you can add an image. So let's go for image view. So we put here the image view. Let's add some constraint to it. Let's 8 and 8, and then the width, let's say I don't know, maybe 96, whatever. Let's say 96 we had, and then we had these constraints, and here we had the table view had some constraints. So let's delete the top space constraint, or link it to the, maybe it's easier just to link it to the logo itself, so to the image view, and then image view bottom actually, and let's put it close to it, to here. Okay, let's see what is this one we delete. Okay, so now we have everything created, but we did not add the image to the logo itself. So here, image, and take the logo. Okay, and run the application, and this should show a logo in the menu itself. So this is how you can basically fine tune the layout of the menu. And as you can see that the menu is of course appearing under the top bar or title bar or navigation bar, and not covering, you know, this top area here in the screen. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you today. Of course, later on we will extend these menu solutions with things like disabling menu items and so on. But this will be in a future tutorial. So thanks for watching this training, and subscribe to my tutorials, please. Thank you.